In the quarterfinals, Dominique van Roost is speedy, and she's a very solid young Belgian player, but not enough game for Amelie Mauresmo in the quarters, Pam.
Well, Van Roost, seeded number 11, was the second-seeded player that Mauresmo had faced in the tournament. Mauresmo also played the number 8 seed Patty Schneider in the second round with a tough 3-set win over Schneider, but this time a little bit easier for Mauresmo as she was able to account for the 11 seed in straight sets.
First set 6-3, tiebreak in the second, and Mauresmo would not be denied the number 11 seed headed back to Brussels. That's how she got here to this semi-final match with the world's number 1. And again, just to recap what's happened so far, Lindsay Davenport had a long first serve game on her own serve, held on. Now she has the break. She's going to serve now, leading 3-2 in the first set. Amelie Mauresmo playing very attacking tennis.
You see, doing a lot of the work with a big forehand. The backhand has a few winners as well, and showing you that she is an all-court player, winning 4 points at net. And also has a pretty big serve. The other day against Van Roost, came up with some huge serves on break points down.
I really have the feeling, Pam, because I agree with what you said earlier before she got the break, and that is Lindsay was really not playing that well. I feel like a lot of the points that she wins now because she's number 1.
Lindsay didn't think that ball was going over from Mauresmo, and it caught the tape, and a little bit of a nonchalant half volley ends up winning the point. You can see the backhand is usually the side that has more winners, and true to form early in this match. Balanced with forehand and net play with 2 apiece. Look up at the sun. That is the tough end. Fred, I noticed you let Liz Smiley serve up the tough end in the mix.
That was Liz's choice. I was surprised that when we won the toss, she chose that end for me to serve from that end. So that's a woman's choice. Liz was the boss out there.
2 game points for 4-2.
And 5 for 4-2. Now, I just feel like the fear factor of playing against the number 1 in the world has helped the world's number 1. Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona, one of the premier motor events in the world, and ESPN2 has it from Daytona Beach. Coverage begins Saturday, January 30th, 1 p.m. and finishes the following day at 7 a.m. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go network, go.com.
Well, Mauresmo was serving at 2-all and had 40-15 on her serve, and then Davenport has just won 8 of 9 points. It's interesting, Davenport's first point on her serve in the last game, she hit a backhand down the line, just on the line, and that one just missing for Mauresmo. So a real turn in the last couple of games. Momentum with Davenport. Oh!
Yeah, I'm not sure that, we're watching that second game and she's having so much trouble holding on to serve, Lindsay Davenport, and eventually she does. I think it was a big game in the match, actually, because given a little bit of momentum, Mauresmo could have made a real impression on Davenport, but now you have the feeling that Mauresmo may be satisfied with being in the semi-final. Let's see. Love 30. Boy, that was a great shot.
What a get from Mauresmo. It was behind her. It was almost like a squash shot. Made Davenport hit an extra ball. This was the one. Look at this. Where's Mauresmo? There she is. Fred, that was played from behind her, wasn't it?
Way behind her, that one. Good court coverage from Mauresmo. I think the difference is, though, as I mentioned earlier, when you come out here against a youngster that's 19 years of age and is playing exceptional tennis in a Grand Slam, it takes you a little while, as it's taken Lindsay, to sort of figure out a game plan. And Mauresmo's come out here striking the ball very hard, and now she's starting to miss a few.
5-2 Davenport. One breaker serve first set. World's #1 and the top seed now looking good. Seems like she's been #1 in the world for a long time, Lindsay Davenport. The fact is, it was 1998 that was really something for you, wasn't it, Lindsay?
It was so special in terms, mainly because of the U.S. Open. To win my first Grand Slam also in New York, the one that I wanted to win the most. It was such a special moment. I think about it a lot sometimes. Obviously then becoming #1, the first American born since Chris Everett, all of that just was so overwhelming at times that I still can't believe it, especially when I was looking back in December over such a long year.
Lindsay Davenport has not lost a set in Grand Slam singles action since Wimbledon, when she lost there, and she won the U.S. Open in straight sets, been through to this round in straight sets. That's just a great, terrific run.
Beat Venus Williams in the semis and Martina Hingis in the finals at the U.S. Open. Amanda Kutzer in the quarterfinals. Natalie Toziat before that.
It's a tough draw, too. It was,
exactly.
You know, from the round of 16 all top players.
15-0.
Wow. Well, after winning 12 of 13 points, 2 unforced errors in a row from Davenport, trying to serve out this first set with a 2-break lead. It's always nice having that second break advantage. Now, Fred, it looked like Mauresmo was really on that forehand serve from Davenport.
Well, I think she's guessing, and I guess you can pick the ball toss a little bit, but Lindsay has been very successful, the one out wide to the forehand. I think you're going to see a few more of those.
Break points here.
Well, that time it didn't get out quite wide enough, and she got burnt.
And Mauresmo comes back. Davenport had 2 breaks going into that last serve game. Got 1 left, leading now 5-3.